Hi guys, and welcome back to the first new episode of the Drunk Gamer Show. And yes, before you comment, the show has been moved to a Friday night or a Saturday morning, dependent on how I feel. So yeah, what game will we be reviewing today? Sorry about that stutter. I'm going to start scripting my reviews soon, just so you guys know. Well, let's just do our maps a minute. You know all the bad fighting games that came out in the 90s after Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat and all that kind of stuff? Well, if you pretty much combined all the bad fighting games that came out of the 90s, you pretty much have Sonic the Fighters. Now this is the Sonic Gems collection version. I mean, it's very hard to find an arcade machine. I mean, chances are, if you're not exactly the world's biggest Sonic fan, you probably haven't heard of Sonic the Fighters. And let me tell you, you're better off not knowing about it. So, without further ado, let's get on with the review. You know the bad plot in Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Riders Zero Gravity? And you know, Sonic and the Secret Rings, even though that game was kind of good. Yeah, if you pretty much combined them all together, they're bad. They're really bad, but at least they're kind of original. So, yeah. Let's move on to the story of this. Now, in the 90s, obviously, Star Wars was coming back onto the big screen, and obviously in 1999, that dreaded day when Episode 1 was released. Yeah. So yeah, it does actually rip off the plot of Star Wars. There's this thing called the Death Egg or something, I don't know. So, and yeah, they have to get to it and blow it up. And besides, it's up into space and all that. And besides, in the intro, you see something that clearly indicates they could get to it, but instead they have to fight all these random rubbish animals they just made up for the sake of making a game. I mean, what happens to classic Sonic games? I mean, seriously. They decide to go off in their aeroplane and fight loads of other people, and then eventually they think, gee, maybe we left the rocket back in our thing. Maybe we should just go up into space and just form not Mechagodzilla, what am I on about? What's it called? Is it Mechasonic? Metal Sonic, yeah, Metal Sonic. And then they do it and bloody blah, he gets killed. And next subject, controls. God, the controls. They are awful. That is pretty much an independent word you can describe the controls on. And let me just say this thing here. Sorry if you can hear this. Sorry. If you didn't hear that, that was awful. So yeah, they're very bad to wrap them up in a word. So yeah, onto the graphics. The graphics are so dull and boring. The graphics look terrible in themselves. I mean, come on. Arcade games don't look like this. I mean, this is actually an original arcade game, not a Sega Saturn game. It was originally planned for the Sega Saturn, but, you know, got canned. So yeah, on to the most important aspect of the game, gameplay. You know, it saddens me to say this, but the game is absolutely easy to play. You just keep tapping the same button over and over again. Seriously, that's enough to win you the game. Honestly, I'm not joking. Now, I know what you're all thinking. What an atrocity. And it is. So I definitely wouldn't recommend this. Well, I might recommend it to a die-hard Sonic fan that's able to make the best of a worse situation. But seriously, guys, don't buy this game. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and once again the nerdy catchphrase goes out. Keep gaming, gamers!